Okay. Seema, in the last class, we have studied about separating equipotential points. Nama. Same circuit we have studied yesterday. And yesterday we have solved by using which method? Yesterday we have solved by using which method, ma? So we have solved this problem by separating the equipotential point. This is an equipotential point, you know. So what we have done, we have separated this one like this. Clear, ma? Then everything will be set into series and parallel connection, so we can do this problem. Clear, ma? Now I am trying to do this problem without this separating of equipotential points. Now I want to do this one by another very easy technique of solving symmetrical problems, which is called as folding symmetry. Folding symmetry. Are you able to understand, ma? So see here. So this is the line which is joining point A and B, no, ma? This is the line which is joining points A and B. So if you see above this line and below this line, circuit is exactly symmetrical, no? If you see the circuit exactly above this line and below this line, circuit is exactly symmetrical. Clear? And definitely I can say, if I name these points as A, B, C, D, clear, ma? E, F and G and H. Can I say that C comma D and E comma F and G comma H are equipotential points? Equipotential points. Can I call them? Seema, if it is correct or not. Okay. C comma D, E comma F and G comma H. Can I call them equipotential points or not? Can you see? Can I call them? Definitely they are equipotential points. No, how we can call them as equipotential points? Because, for example, if a q amount of charge is entering into this terminal A, then because of a symmetry, equal amount of charge will be distributed. So here also q by 2, here also q by 2 amount of charge will be transferred. See, here every capacitance is having how much capacitance? Every capacitance is having a capacitance of C only. So every capacitance is C. Okay, every capacitor has same capacitance of C. So therefore charges will be distributed equally. Okay, because symmetry is present, no? So therefore, what is the potential drop in this capacitor? Same will be the potential drop in this capacitor also. So remaining potential exactly appears at point C and point D. So therefore, if you see potential at C and D, definitely it must be equal. Clear, number? Similarly, then another division of charge takes place at this branch. So remaining charge reaches here, and if you see the potential drop in this capacitor and in this capacitor, exactly potential drop will be equal. So remaining potential appears as a point E and remaining potential appears as point F. Clear, number? So definitely E and F also, definitely they will be at same potential. So therefore, according to this symmetry, I can say C, D, E, F and G and H, they are exactly symmetrical points. Clear, number? Or you can calculate symmetrical points by one more method also. How can I calculate? Let us see. Clear, number? So I am taking terminal A and I am taking terminal B. Clear, number? Then you take C, D, what are the remaining points? E, F and G and H. Clear, number? So we are supposed to calculate capacitance between A and B only, no? So take A and B. Now you write all the remaining points which are existing in this circuit. What are the remaining points? C, D, E, F, G and H. These are the remaining points. Clear, ma? So in traveling from A to C, you select the shortest path. In traveling from A to C, you select the shortest path of capacitors. Clear, ma? So in traveling from A to C, how many capacitors are there? One capacitor is there, so write one here. Clear, ma? Similarly, in traveling from B to C, how many capacitors are there? You select the shortest path. You select the shortest path. From B, you can travel like this also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this is not the shortest path. Which is the shortest path here? 1, 2 and 3. That is the shortest path. So you write 3 here. Clear, number? Next go to point D. From A to travel up to point D, how many capacitors are there? A to D. Only one capacitor, no? One capacitor. In traveling from B to D, in traveling from B to D, select the shortest path. 1, 2, 3. 3 capacitors are there. Clear, number? So these 2 points, definitely I can say they are equipotential points. Are you able to understand, ma? So A and B, 1, 3, 1, 3. If I get this kind of arrangement, definitely I can say C and D, they are equipotential points. Clear, number? Next you go for E and F. Where is E? E is present here. So from A, how many capacitors I have to cross, ma, to reach to point E? 2. Shortest is only 2. So 2. Clear nama? From B? From B also 2. Next to reach up to point F from AF. 2. From B also 2. So can I say E and F also equipotential points? No? Clear nama? Next to go for G. Where is G? G is here. Now from A, shortest path up to G. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 capacitors. Clear nama? Next to B to G. B to G, only one capacitor. Next to point H. Where is H? Where is H? Here is point H. Now from point A, shortest path. From point A, 1, 2, 3, 3 capacitors. Clear nama? And from B to H. B to H, 1 capacitor. So can I say G and H are also equipotential points nama? Because the number of capacitors from A and B, they are exactly remaining same for point G as well as point H. So definitely I can say G and H are also equipotential points. Have you understood how we are calculating the equipotential points? Clear? First method is division of charge. So if you have idea about how charge is getting distributed, then according to that knowledge, also you can find out easily what are the equipotential points. By just looking at this circuit only, I can say C and D are equipotential, E and F are equipotential, similarly G and H are also equipotential. So if you don't have idea about this one, then you can draw this type of figure. Clear ma? This type of table you can draw and you select the shortest path in reaching up to that capacitor. No, sorry, up to that point. Then also you can find, so here also I can say C comma D. Next E comma F. Clear ma? And G comma H. They are definitely equipotential points. Okay. So if they are equipotential points, instead of this folding symmetry, I can do in one more method. Clear ma? So let us calculate in the first method of solving this problem. First method. Okay ma? So if these points are equipotential points, I can join those equipotential points no ma? So if C and D are equipotential points, can I join them or not? Come on. If C and D are equipotential points, if I join them, will anything happen? Nothing will happen. So therefore what I can do? So therefore just to join these two circuits, I can join these two circuits, no? If I join these two circuits, what is the diagram I can draw? I can draw this type of diagram. So C and D, if you join, from A to C there is one capacitor. So this is A, clear ma? So from A to C there is one capacitor. From A to D also there is one more capacitor. From A to D also there is one more capacitor. Clear na ma? So this is C, this is also C. Now what is this point? This point is C comma D. That's all, no? This point I can name it as C and D. Okay ma? So next from C I will reach to point E. So C to E and D to F. E and F, they are equipotential points, no? Are you able to understand ba? What is the next branch of equipotential, next point, pair of equipotential points? E and F are equipotential points. Are you able to understand ma? So therefore, in reaching from C to E and D to F, how many capacitors are there? Can you see? How many capacitors are there now? 1 minute. I think I have drawn this diagram. 1 minute. Diagram I have drawn a bit mistake here. So therefore, we will start from CD and we will reach up to point E and F. So here we forgot one more point, GHI. We forgot this point. Clear? So now let us see about point I here. So in reaching up to I, so how many capacitors I have to cross from point A in reaching up to this point? 2 capacitors only, no? Similarly from B also I have to reach up to 2 capacitors. So therefore, E, F, I, these 3 are equipotential points, no? So in addition to E comma F, I is also equipotential. E, F, I, similarly, next what are the equipotential points? G and H are also equipotential points. So this point we forgot here. So now from C to D, I want to reach up to which point? I want to reach up to E comma I comma F. Clear ma? Why I want to reach from this C and D to E, I and F? Because E, I and F, they are equipotential points, so I can join them. Okay? Okay. Now in traveling from C to D to E to I and F, how many capacitors are there? Can you say? How many capacitors are there, Nama? First you take from C to E. C to E. there is one capacitor, no? Clear, no? Next, C to I, there is one more capacitor. C to I, there is one more capacitor. Okay, ma? So next you go to point D. So D to I, there is one capacitor. D to I, there is one capacitor. And next what is the point? D to F. D to F, there is one more capacitor. Clear, ma? So D to F, there is one more capacitor. So finally, how many points I got? I got 4 capacitors, whose capacitance is C, and D. Clear, ma? So next from E, I, F. Next I will reach to which point? I will reach to G comma H. Okay, ma? So next my destination is G comma H. Next, in traveling from points, these points, what are these points? E comma F comma I. From here, in traveling from G to H, can you say how many capacitors are there? Come on, be fast. So from E, I and F points, I want to reach to G comma H. How many capacitors are there? Come on. Come on. So this E comma I comma F. So in traveling from here to here, how many capacitors are there? G to H. Only one capacitor. Huh? In traveling from E to G, there is one capacitor. Clear, Nama? In traveling from E to G, there is one capacitor. Similarly, in traveling from I to G also, there is one capacitor. I to G also, there is one capacitor. Similarly, I to H. I to H also, there is one capacitor, Nama? So I to H, there is one more capacitor. Next, F to H also, there is one more capacitor. So F to H also, there is one more capacitor. So totally how many capacitors? 4 capacitors. So E to G, I to G, I to H, and F to H. Clear, ma? Then from there, I want to reach up to point B. Okay, ma? So from G comma H to point B, how many capacitors are there? Come on. 2 capacitors. So G to B, there is one capacitor. Clear, no, ma? And from H to B, there is one more capacitor. Clear, no, ma? That's all. So all capacitances are C, and C. Okay. Now, can't you solve this circuit, ma? Can't you solve this circuit now? Yes, that's all. C and C, they are in parallel connection. 2C. This is a 4C. This is a 4C, and this is 2C. So therefore, what is the total equivalent circuit I can draw? Equivalent circuit which I can draw is, so this is one. So this is point A and this is point B. Okay, ma? So TC, this is a 4C, this is a 4C, and this is again 2C. Now, all the capacitors are connected in parallel series connection. Just to solve this one, that should be my required answer. Okay, ma? First, make a note up to here. Say that C comma D, E, I, and F, similarly G and H. These pairs are equipotential points, no, ma? And here there is one symmetry. So just to fold this total circuit, place on the above circuit. Are you able to understand, ma? So we are folding this circuit along which line? We are folding this circuit along this line AB. Clear, ma? So fold the circuit about line AB. Clear, ma? If I fold the circuit above line AB, then what will happen? D falls on C. D falls on C. That's all, ma? This D point, it goes and falls on C. Next, what are the points which will fall on each other? F falls on E. F falls on E. Clear, no? Next, H falls on G. H falls on G. This is what is going to happen. Clear, no? Now, see, ma, if this total circuit goes and falls on the above circuit, then can you say what will be the arrangement of this capacitor and this capacitor? How these capacitors will be arranged, ma? Are you able to understand? I am folding this bottom circuit and placing on the above circuit. Just I am total removing this one, placing on the above circuit. Then, for example, if I take these two capacitors, capacitor between A and D, capacitor between A and C, what will happen to those capacitors? Can you see? They will become parallel to each other. Clear, ma? Very good. Similarly, what happens to capacitors between C and F and D and F? What happens to capacitors between C and F and D and F? What will happen, ma? Come on. They also will become parallel, that's all. What happens to capacitors C and I and D and I? What happens? Which capacitors I said, ma? I and G and I and H. What happens to these capacitors? They will become parallel. Clear ma? So therefore this total circuit how I can draw is C. So I can remove this total bottom circuit, clear ma? And in the process of folding, what I can do, clear ma? So therefore there is one more capacitor like this, clear ma? And here there is one more capacitor like this, and here there is one more capacitor like this, and here also there is one more capacitor like this. So here there is one more capacitor, and here there is one more capacitor. Can I draw circuit like this one? I can draw circuit like this, no? Are you able to understand? If I hold the total bottom circuit and place on the above circuit, then each pair of capacitors will become a parallel connection. So therefore, this is how I can draw the diagram. Clear ma? So all capacitors are C only, no? So this is also C, this is also C. So if two capacitors are connected in a parallel connection, I have to add C plus C, no? C plus C is how much? 2C. So therefore what I can do, I can remove this capacitor, and instead of C, I will call this one as 2C. That's all, no? Similarly, I will remove this capacitor, and instead of that, I will call it as a 2C. Similarly, I will remove this capacitor. Instead of that, I will call it as 2C. I will remove this capacitor. Instead of this, I will call this one to be 2C. So I will remove this capacitor. Instead of this one, I will call it as 2C. So I will remove this capacitor. Instead of that one, total capacitance is 2C. Clear, no? So I got circuit up to here. So therefore, now can you say what I can do? Now what can I do, ma? Now it is very easy, no? So 2C, 2C, these two branches, they are in parallel connection. So 2C, 2C, they are in series. So therefore, instead of them, I can write only one capacitor. So I will draw separately. Clear, ma? So therefore, now from point A, what I can do? So this is one capacitor. So this is a 2C, this is a 2C, this is another 2C, this is another 2C, and this is another 2C, this is point B. Clear, ma? So this is the circuit which I got. That's all. Clear? So 2C and 2C, they are connected in a series connection. So therefore, how I can draw? This is C, this is also C, and this is a 2C. Clear, nama? 2C, C, C, and 2C. Again, C and C, they are connected in a parallel connection, no? So 2C, 2C, 2C. So 2C, 2C, and 2C. Clear, nama? So therefore, if 2C, 2C, and 2C, if they are connected in a series connection, then what is the equivalent capacitance? 2C divided by 3. So this is the C equivalent. So this was the same answer which I got previously, Nama? Clear? By connecting equipotential points also, I got the same answer or not? 2C by 3 only, no? So this is also very easy. So which one is easier? Connecting equipotential points is easier, or folding is easier? Which one is easier? Was folding was easier, or joining equipotential points was easier? Folding is better, na? Okay. Okay, ma. Folding is a very, very simple technique of solving the problem. Folding is the easiest method of solving problem. Okay. Completed, ma? Can you say, ma, how can I solve this problem? See, so this is the line about which A and B both are present. That's all, Nama. So therefore, if I draw a line, this will become my line of symmetry, Nama. So this becomes my line of symmetry. Okay. So about the right side and left side of this circuit is exactly symmetrical, no? Are you able to understand? So right side and left side of this circuit is exactly symmetrical. So definitely you can calculate equipotential points also, or just what you can do, or just you can fold the circuit also. You can do the problem in two methods. Either by using equipotential points and drawing and connecting different capacitors which are present between equipotential points also you can solve, or just by folding this circuit also you can do this problem. Clear, ma? Now what I will do is I will fold this right side circuit and place on the left side circuit. Then can you say how can I redraw this diagram? Can you say, ma? So I have divided this diagram into two equal parts now. So this is left side, this is right side. So total right side of the circuit I will fold on to the left side circuit. Okay. Then can you say what will happen? Okay, ma? See, ma. So this point, it will fall on this point, no? Correct or not? Okay. So let us name this point as point P and point Q. So point Q falls on point P. Point Q falls on point P. Okay, ma? So if Q falls on point P, what happens to this 2C capacitor? Can you say? What happens to this 2C capacitor? If point Q falls on point P, what will happen to this 2C capacitor? Okay, what will happen, ma? Anybody, can you see? See, ma, this is one circuit, clear, no, ma? And a capacitor is connected like this, and again circuit is flowing like this. This is what will happen, no? When a point Q falls on point P, this is the type of circuit which will be formed. So this becomes a P comma Q. Now will charge enter into this capacitor or not? So this charge is present in a loop now. Clear, ma? Charge, can it enter into this capacitor, or charge cannot enter into this capacitor? What will happen? Can you say, anybody? Charge cannot enter. What is the reason? Charge always tries to flow in that path where resistance is very less. So if a charge prefers this path, here resistance is greater because here we have a capacitor. Clear, no? So charge will try to flow in the same path. Why it will enter into this one? So charge cannot enter into this capacitor. Clear, ma? So therefore what I can do is, I can remove this 2C capacitor. There is no use of this 2C capacitor. Clear, no, ma? 2C capacitor is not useful here. Similarly, if I name this point as R, if I name this a point S. So if I fold this circuit, what will happen now? Point S falls on point R. Clear, ma? Point S falls on point R. Now can you say what is the use of this 2C capacitor again? Again, what is the use of the no use of the 2C capacitor? Again, the 2C capacitor will become like this. Clear, ma? It will form into a loop and it will be connected like this. So this point is point R and same point is point S also. So charge will not prefer entering into this type of loop. So charge cannot enter into this one. So there is no use of this circuit. Clear, number? So therefore what I will do, I will remove this 2C circuit, 2C capacitor also. So now I got, this is the given circuit which I got. Clear, number? So therefore this 2C and this 2C, they will become parallel to each other, number? If I fold this circuit, what will happen? This 2C and this 2C, they will become parallel to each other. So therefore, again, how can I draw a circuit? So I will remove this 2C, clear, ma? And I will place here. So this is the new 2C, clear? Okay. Similarly, Q falls on P, S falls on R. So these two capacitors also, they will become parallel, no, ma? So therefore, I will remove this capacitor also. So instead of that, I will write one more capacitor. What is this one, ma? CR2C, C only, no? C. This is what is going to happen. Similarly, this point falls on this point. If this point falls on this point, therefore what I will do, so instead of two 2Cs, so this is 2C and this is another 2C, so this is 2C. Clear, Nama? So this is how I can draw this circuit. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now instead of this 2C and 2C, they are in series or are they in parallel? They are in series or are they in parallel, ma? Come on. Charge is entering from point A and it travels, divides into these two branches. No? So 2C and 2C, they are parallel to each other. So instead of this 2C and 2C, can I write 4C? Because if they are connected in parallel connection, I have to add the... So see. So I did not see this is switched on. I have been solving this. Okay. See, ma. Okay. So see ma, this 2C and 2C, they are in parallel connection, no? So therefore what I can do, I can remove this 2C capacitor. So instead of 2C, I can place 4C. Okay, ma? Similarly, C and C, they are also connected in parallel connection, no? So instead of both of them, I can write it as 2C. Similarly, 2C, 2C, they are connected in parallel connection. So instead of that, I will write 4C. Okay. So this is the new circuit which I got. Now I will redraw this circuit. Clear, ma? If I redraw this circuit, then in reaching from point A to point B, I have two branches. So therefore, what I will do, okay, ma? So from point A, first of all, I will travel like this. So this is 4C. Next, this is 2C. Next, this is again 4C. Then I will reach to point B. Next, in reaching from A to B also, directly there is one capacitor. So this is C. So this is the given arrangement, no, ma? So from A, 4C, 2C, 4C, I will reach to point B. And from A to B also, directly I am reaching with the help of a capacitor called C. So this is my arrangement. Now very easily we can solve this one, number. So 4C, 2C and 4C, they are connected in series connection. So 1 by 4C plus 1 by 2C plus 1 by 4C. So total 4C, I will take LCM. So 1 plus 2 plus 1. So equivalent up to this branch is how much? It is equals to 4C divided by 4C divided by 4. 4C divided by 4 only, no? So it is a C. Clear, ma? So therefore, this is the new circuit which I will get. So this is C, this is also C. So this is point A, this is point B. So equivalent capacitance is 2C. Clear, ma? So this is my required answer. That's all, very simple. Okay. So have you understood folding, ma? That's all, very simple. Okay. Is time there? So can you say how can we solve this question, ma? So I want equivalent capacitance between points A and B. About these 2 points, I want equivalent capacitance. Okay. So where is my line of symmetry? This is my line of symmetry, no, ma? This is my line of symmetry. Okay. So definitely bottom circuit and top circuit, exactly they are symmetrical to each other. If they are symmetrical to each other, I can first of all, I can find out equipotential points, join all the capacitors in between equipotential points, and in that method also I can do this problem. And one more method of doing the problem is by using folding also. So if I fold this circuit, can you say which point is going to touch which point, ma? So let us name these points as point P, point Q. So these 2 points that they will touch with each other. Similarly, this is point R and this is point S. So these 2 points also, they will fall on each other. Are you able to understand, ma? So these 2 capacitors, they will become parallel. These 2 capacitors, they will become parallel. This capacitor and this capacitor also will become parallel. These 2 and these 2 capacitors also will become parallel. Clear? So therefore, just redraw this circuit. Okay, ma? So every capacitor is a 2C capacitor only, no? So therefore, what will happen? So this is one more capacitor. So this is 2C, this is also 2C. Clear, ma? Here, these 2 capacitors, pairing is not present for them, so they will remain to be 2C only. Next, here there will be one more capacitor which is equal to 2C, and here there will be one more capacitor which will be equal to 2C. Clear, no, ma? And here we will have one more capacitor which is equal to 2C. Clear? And here there will be one more capacitor. So this is the arrangement. So 2C and 2C. Clear, no, ma? So I got a circuit up to here. Only these 2C and this 2C cannot pair with each other because there is only one single capacitor in which is present in the line of symmetry. Okay, ma? So after drawing the circuit here, all capacitors are in what kind of connection? They are parallel connection, no, ma? So 2C becomes a 4C. So therefore you can remove this capacitor. Instead of 2C, it will become 4C. Similarly, here you can remove this 2C capacitor, and instead of 2C, it will become 4C. Similarly, you can remove these 2C capacitors, and you can write only one capacitor whose capacitance is 4C. Clear, ma? Similarly, you can remove this capacitor and this becomes 4C. Clear? Now you can remove this capacitor, and instead of this a single capacitor will become 4C. Clear, no, ma? Now this is the arrangement which I got. Clear? Okay. Now can you say which capacitors are in series and which capacitors are in parallel, no, ma? So charge enters from here, it will get distributed into 2 parts. Clear, no, ma? And then the charge which has entered here, it may get distributed into 2 parts. So therefore, all these capacitors, they are in parallel with this capacitor of 4C. Are you able to understand, ma, all of you? So charge after entering into this one, 4C, 2C and 4C. So they are in series connection. And all of them, they are in parallel with this 4C capacitor. And next, this 4C, this total equivalent, and this 4C, they are in series connection. And all of them, they are in parallel again with 2C. That's all, no? So just to do the calculation now. So this 4C, 2C and 4C, they are in series connection. So 1 by 4C plus 1 by 2C plus 1 by 4C. Clear, no, ma? So 4C, if I take LCM, then 1 plus 2 plus 1 is how much? So C equivalent is equals to 4C divided by 4. It is equal to C. Clear, no, ma? So therefore, what I can do, I can remove all these capacitors. Clear? So I will place only one capacitor. So whose capacitance is how much? It is having a capacitance of C. Clear? Next, 4C and C, they are in series, are they in parallel, ma? 4C and C. Come on. 4C and C, they are in parallel connection, no? So remove this 4C and C. So instead of both of them, just you can write 5C. Clear? So after getting 5C, 4C, 5C and 4C, they are again connected in a series connection, no? So therefore 1 by 4C plus 1 by 5C plus 1 by 4C. So 20C will be my 20C will be my what you call LCM. Then it is 5 plus 4 plus 5. So therefore C equivalent is equals to how much ma? So 20C divided by 14 I got. Clear? So instead of all these capacitances, I can write 20C divided by 14. So just remove all of them. Clear ma? If I remove all of them, then what is the capacitance which I will get? I will get a capacitance of 20C divided by 14. Or just you can write a 10C divided by 7. I can write up to here also. Clear na ma? So next 10C divided by 7 and 2C. Are they in series or are they in parallel ma? So 10C divided by 7 and 2C. They are in parallel connection, no? So therefore, what is the equivalent capacitance? 10C divided by 7 plus 2C. So 10C plus 14C divided by 2. So divided by 7, no? Divided by 7. So it is how much? 24C divided by 7. Clear ma? Are you able to see this one? 24C divided by 7. So therefore, what is the total equivalent capacitance I got? This is point A and this is point B. So this is 24C divided by 7. That is my answer. Clear ma? That's all. Okay? Very simple. So with the help of folding, our problem solving will become very, very easier. That's all. Okay? So you do the problem by yourself ma? So if I have to draw every diagram, it will take a lot of time. So here only I have rubbed the circuit and simplified this one. So process you have understood now, try to solve by yourself. Okay.